Shalom, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. This is Zach Al-Wasap. Today's lesson is entitled, The Israelites Will Be in Control of the Education in the World to Come, and Lord willing, you be edified through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. And as always, the sit-downs, the lessons, the street speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel of the Most High, to you as the gospel preached. So once again, the Israelites will be in control of the education in the world to come. And that's going to be one of the benefits that the world will receive from the sons of the Most High, the Israelites. See, here in this world, everything has been turned upside down. You know, everything is pretty much backwards. This world is full of rebellion, wickedness, and this sinful culture is magnified and is exalted all throughout the world. And when Yahushua come and establish the kingdom of heaven, which is rulership of the Israelites in the earth, there's going to be a standard that is going to be set upon the world. And if these nations don't follow after it, it's going to be particular judgments that will happen unto them. All right. And it's going to be a rigorous rule that will take place. You know, we often speak about, the end time prophecies, Esau being the end of the world and all the various sad perils that's going to be leading up to that. We also speak about the MOTB, the implantable technology. We speak about the famine, the pestilence, the chaos, things of that sort. But outside of that, we have something great to look forward to, which is rulership in the earth. And a part of that rulership is getting things in order, establishing the earth in righteousness. All right, so I'm gonna start off here in Revelation 21, and then I got some precepts loaded up, and then once again, Lord willing, be edifying. This is Revelation chapter 21, and this is Apostle John on the island of Patmos. He was receiving these prophecies from an angel that was sent unto him, that was telling them of things that will surely come to pass. So here it's entitled "The New Heaven and Earth." There's going to be a new rulership on the earth, and it's going to be it's going to consist of the Israelites, starting with our Lord Yahushua. It says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, a new rulership established on the earth." Not a new earth as if, the planet Earth is going to explode, but it's just going to be refreshed. And I'm going to go into that word new as well. But here in Ecclesiastes 1, this is written by King Solomon, which he was a son of David. When you go to the fourth verse, it says this. It says, "One generation passes away, and the generation that's currently passing away is the rulership of the Edomites. And another generation cometh. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. But the earth abideth forever." So the earth is going to be here forever. The Lord has not created the earth in vain. Okay. Now, there's going to be particular land masses destroyed, right? But the earth won't be destroyed. This is Isaiah 45:18. "For thus saith Yahweh that created the heavens, the power himself that formed the earth and made it. He have established it. He created it not in vain." So if the earth were to be completely destroyed, then that means he have created this place in vain. And we know that the scriptures cannot be broken. All right, so the earth is going to be here forever. It says he formed it to be inhabited. I, Yahweh, I am Yahweh, and there is none else. So the earth, wasn't created in vain. So Apostle John, he's not talking about a new earth. He's talking about a refreshed earth. Things is going to change. All right, when you go to this word "new" here in the Greek, it goes back to the word kainos. You see it there. And under entry A, it says recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unworn. So basically refreshed. Okay, things are going to be refreshed here. So once again, Apostle John is seeing a new heaven, a new rulership, and a new earth. All right, he's saying the Israelites on top. "For the first heaven and the first earth are passed away." This rulership and the way in which the earth is, that's going to be passed away. It's going to be a new order established, and there was no more sea. I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So what he saw was um, the elect of Israel coming down out of the chariots of Israel. Now, if we back up a few chapters in this book, we go to Revelation 11, we'll see that these people that were coming down in Revelation 21 were actually beamed up. All right, they received salvation out of this place. This is Revelation 11. In 11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, and this is according to the Most High time, which is 350 years, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. So this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding entered into the elect. All right, this is the same vision that Ezekiel saw in Ezekiel 37. And they stood upon their feet. This knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding is what brings us from that lower state and allows us to stand upon our feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them, which is these elites. All right, they fearing this great awakening that's taking place by way of the spirit of life entering into us, and now we're standing upon our feet. We're no longer dead bodies laying in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You know, we're not just dead bones. All right. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. So the ones that had the spirit of life entered into them, they're going to be the ones that get beamed up. Okay, 2/3 is going to get cut off and die here because they reject the truth. But the elect, which are the ones that have the spirit of life from the Most High, entered into them, which is this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, this information that we bring out on the highways and the byways and the sit downs. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And this cloud is what the world ignorantly calls a so-called UFO. You go here to Isaiah 26 and 20 says this, because the prophets, they saw the visions, you know, various prophets saw the same thing. All right, it's just written down differently. So here in Isaiah 26 and 20 says, come, my people, the Israelites, the Lord, the people that the Lord have made a covenant with through sacrifice, enter into thy chambers. Another word for the aircrafts of the Lord are chambers, or clouds, swift clouds, a wheel within a wheel, whirlwinds, you know, various different titles. A scroll, okay, a pillar of fire by night and a pillar of cloud by day. So it says, enter into thy chambers, or come up hither, and shut thy doors about thee. So these aircrafts have doors on them. And hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. So there's going to be an indignation. There's going to be a destruction that takes place in the earth. All right. And the elect is going to get delivered from that. And that's what Yahushua was speaking on in Matthew the 24th chapter. He shall send his angels with a great shout, and they shall deliver his elect out from the four winds, you know, and the elect is going to get scarcely saved out of this destruction, you know, and rightfully so, because the rulership of this world, these Edomites, they're ruling the earth in all wickedness. You know, when you read in Revelation 17 and 4, it speaks about it being a cup of abominations and filthiness of our fornication, which basically this cup is a representation of all the influences that Babylon wants everyone to take in or to swallow down. And all these influences are contrary to what righteousness is. So therefore, this place or this rulership influencing these people to be evil and wicked, and then there's a perverse spirit in the midst of this place from the Lord. You know, you got these people that's into all type of wickedness. The Lord got to destroy this place. So there's going to be some indignation, some righteous anger that take place, and the elect is going to get delivered out of it. And this place is going to get dissolved. Peter spoke about it. And we're going to get to the point. We're just going through the spirit here in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. And he spoke about the same thing that Apostle John spoke of here in Revelation 21. And Isaiah spoke about it too. And we're going to get that next. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Not to us, because we're sitting on our watch. We're looking upon the things that the Lord is showing us, and we made it with the prophecies, and we know what time and season that we're in which the heavens, the rulership, shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. and that's going to be by way of thermonuclear destruction. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. There's going to be places on the earth that's going to be burnt up, but the earth itself isn't going to be destroyed. We went into that in Isaiah 45. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, everything that these nations, starting with Esau, have built up in this world is going to be brought low. It's going to be destroyed. Isaiah 47, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. The Lord is finna throw down the rulership of these Edomites, and it's going to be by way of fire. It says, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? You're supposed to be talking about the scripts. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, the Israelites, the elect, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So the righteousness is going to be the law, the statutes, and commandments. All right. And through it, we will govern the nations. We will govern the world, and everything is going to be set back in order. See, the commandments, there wasn't just something that was cute that we read about in the law and speak about how this was something that we used to do back in the day. No, this was our righteousness. This was our wisdom. This was our education. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4. Verse 5, it says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it, which is the land of Israel. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. This was our education. This was our manners and customs. This was our traditions. These were the different ways that we were to govern ourselves in the sight of the nations. Which shall hear these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have the Most High so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we should call upon him for? So these nations were supposed to see how we govern ourselves and notice that this was a wise and understanding people, but through transgression and evilness that we have did, we have failed, and these nations have gotten above us very high, and we've became very low. But it's all a part of the Lord's movie, though. All right, it's all a part of the Lord's movie. So this wisdom is supposed to be our guidance. All right, this is how we please the Lord. Now, when we go back to Revelation 21:1, I don't want to lose a point. Once again, this is Apostle John. He's seeing a vision of the elect coming down out of those aircrafts. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, new rulership and a refreshed earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, the end of Esau's rulership, the end of the Gentile rulership, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem. He saw the elect, as it says here, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So the same ones that we read about that got beamed up in Revelation 11 and 11 on down are the same ones that's going to come down out of these aircrafts, beautiful, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. We're going to have the new bodies. All right, the new bodies is going to have that covenant. We're going to be programmed to be righteous. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. The Lord is going to be with us in those bodies. We're going to be perfection. We're going to be a representation of the Heavenly Father and the Son on earth. The Most High shall wipe away all their tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. The curses and all the different things that were upon us, that's going to be done away with. We're not going to cry. We're not going to sorrow. There's going to be no more death. We're going to rule for eternity. We're going to live forever. It says, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these things are faithful and true. So they're going to come to pass. So as we're in perfection, we have the new covenant. We have the new bodies. All right. We're going to be gods upon the earth. We're going to establish order. Revelation 2, verse 25. Let's see. Revelation 2:25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, whatever measurement of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Lord has given you, that's enough for you to endure unto the end if you're of the elect. So you want to hold fast into that. And he that overcometh, all right, we know that the elect will overcome. When you read in Revelation 11, in matter of fact, let's get it. Revelation 12, man, read Revelation 12, it speaks about the elect overcoming this place, but it's by way of a particular way. Revelation 12 and 11, and they overcame him. Him is Esau power structure. By the blood of the Lamb, so our Lord being that sacrificial lamb for the children of Israel for atone for their sins, and by the word of their testimony. All right, and that word of testimony is what you want to hold fast. That's what Yahushua is saying here in the 25th verse of Revelation, the 2nd chapter. You want to hold this testimony fast. You want to secure it. And they love not their lives unto death, because the lifestyle that you live here is full of oppression and lies. When you read the 9th verse, it says, Esau deceived the whole world. So how could you love your lifestyle here if this place is under a cloak of deception? But back in Revelation 2 and 25, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. This is this testimony. This is the comforter. And he that overcometh, get the victory, and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So we're going to get the same blessing that Yahushua get, and we're going to have power over the nations. I will give him the morning star, this wisdom. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. So when we're in a position of power, what will we be doing with it? It's Isaiah 2 and 1, the Most High universal reign. So when the elect come down out of those chariots that we read about in Revelation 21, all right, it's going to be a universal rule of the Most High through his son Yahushua, along with the joint heirs, all right, which is the elect, the governing body. And judgment in order is going to be established. This is Isaiah 2 and 1, the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, the northern and southern kingdom. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the tops of the mountain. So what is it saying? The Israelites is going to be above all people. We're going to be established in the top of the mountains. And it's parabolic. And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So we're going to be on a high level, and all these nations is going to come to us for wants of all things, and for food, and for nakedness, for instructions and guidance. And if they don't adhere to it, we're going to do what we read in Revelation, the 2nd chapter. We're going to beat the shit out of them. We shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Revelation 2 and 27. You know, let's continue on. Verse 3 in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways. So we're going to be in control of the education in the world to come. See, in today's education is full of lies, falsehoods. You know, if you in Esau's education system, you just wandering around in circles here in Babylon the Great. You know, you back wandering in circles in the wilderness. You know, you're not making any progress. But see, due to knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding is what allows you to get out of the matrix. It allows you to get out of come out of her, as it says in the prophecies. Come out of the ways of this place. It says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path. So these nations going to follow after us. We're going to be in control of the education. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is going to be a hub, but we will rule a whole world. He shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. So it's going to be some rebukes going on. It's going to be some corrections going out. And there's a rebuke that is not coming. Let me get that real quick in Ecclesiastes 20. Ecclesiastes 20. You know, we're not going to be Mr. Nice Guy. It's Ecclesiastes 20, verse 1. It says, there's a reproof that is not comely. There's a correction that's not beautiful. All right, and we read about it in Revelations, the 2nd chapter. All right, Revelation 2 and 27, he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Use a rod of iron to correct shit, to get stuff in order. As the vessels of a potter shall they be beaten to shivers, even as I receive of my Father. So, you know, people's going to be getting their ass whooped in the kingdom. Once again, there's a rebuke here in Ecclesiastes 20 and 1. There's a rebuke that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue and is wise. So if we in a position, once we get in a position of power, Lord willing, we the elect, and we sending out these reproofs and the corrections, and we getting things in order, it's gonna be best for you nations just to shut your mouth. That's gonna be counted to you as wisdom, because if you buck up against us, it's just gonna be even worse. And that's the power that we're gonna receive through Yahushua, which Yahushua received it from his Father. Once again, Isaiah 2 and 4, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. All the weapons these heathens got, all right, parabolically, they're going to be turned into land cultivating instruments. They're going to go into slavery. They're going to go from a position of power to a position of slaves. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So these nations, they ain't going to be warned. They ain't going to be coming up against us in the kingdom. We're going to have the power. We're going to have spiritual power. We're going to be like, you know, these various anime cartoons, you know, the X-Men, the Superman, the Batman, all these different, you know, characters that they actually get from the Bible. You know, we're gonna be in that position. You know, so going back to the title, the Israelites will be in control of the education in the world to come. So, Lord willing, it was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. We got great things to look forward to, and the water Yahweh B'Shem Shai for revealing unto us the secrets and the mysteries through our leadership. You know, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us the truth. So, Shalom, Akim, Wa, Baba, Ba, stay strong.